The haunted man of Europe. Actually, there's a loss in the translation here because in Greek it's literally the demon-possessed person of Europe. And it's written by our theologian friend GM. He says, hello, excerpt from the Holy Bible, the New Testament, the Gospel of Luke, Luke 8:26. And they sailed to the country of the Gadarenes. Those were the demon-possessed. In the land of Gadarenes, everything was seemingly calm under the rule of Satan, the whole country and its inhabitants. The mind in their work and in the entertainments in between, in their enrichment, and only where your treasure is, there is your heart. The only one who resisted Satan had been driven away from them and was fighting the legion of demons. He lived haunted in the tombs, scared the passers-by, and was tortured day and night. Excerpt from the Holy Bible, the New Testament, the Gospel of Luke, Luke 8:37. And all the multitudes of the Gadarenes region asked him to go away from them because they were in great fear, but he immediately returned to the ship. In the outskirts of the country of the Gadarenes, Christ appeared, wanting to free the only one who deserved it and give a chance to the rest. Even though as God he knew that they would not accept him, he did not abandon them until they asked him to leave, and then he abandoned them since they wanted it, proving that he only leaves if we asked him to. His presence caused them fear because of the demonic spirit they had. They could not stand him, as can be seen from the conversations they had with him. They felt like the demons. What about me and you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? Don't torture me. Excerpt from the Holy Bible, New Testament, Revelation of John, Revelation 17:5. And on her forehead a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. In West Europe is the country of the Gadarenes, and there are countries that are demon-possessed of Europe who resist and waits for the Lord to free them. They're in the suburbs where he roams around scaring the passers-by. This is a situation, a morally and spiritually corrupt West, the mother of prostitutes and abominations of the earth, who enjoys temporal fruits, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and the unclean things of the fornication of the earth, and all the multitudes of the regions of the Gadarenes asked him to go away from them. Now, it's not just Europe here. I believe that the whole world is in a sinful situation. Now, one West Europe, unable to bear the presence of Christ when the Roman Empire conquered Europe, asked him for decades to depart from them. They changed Christ with various convenient idols and convenient gods that they worship and do not control them for their crimes and their adulteries and their thefts. Excerpt from the Holy Bible, the New Testament, the last book, the Revelation of John, Revelation 17:2, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth became drunk with the wine of her fornication. The people have not completely surrendered to prostitution, but there is still leaven on the outskirts, the few resisting, waiting for Christ to free them from shackles of Satan and the legions of demons. He does not submit, and thus he is mercilessly tortured by the demons inside the houses, fights, divorces, children and parents in ruins, in the psychiatric hospitals, in the hospitals, in clinics, everywhere pain, struggle, and the few Christians resist. Chained, they do not surrender. They refuse identities and submission, and they do not become sinners, of course, pagans, waiting for the Lord, his Redeemer. Excerpt from the Holy Bible, New Testament, Gospel of Luke, Luke 12:32. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has blessed you and gives you the kingdom. A haunted, tortured, cuffed people on the outskirts of a country of the Gadarenes, of Europe, of modern Babylon, waiting for Christ to return and set them free. A hidden remnant that is tortured, beaten, but not surrendered, repents. This will bring Christ back and the swine to drown. At God's appointed hour, fear not, little flock. good enlightenment and beginning of repentance. And this is by our theologian friend GM. I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.